What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. It is your boy Pokéstocks here, bringing you back with a brand new video. Of course, I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. So today we're gonna be going over literally everything, breaking down promo cards, singles, prismatic, etc, etc. So we have a lot to go over. Especially, guys, I do gotta go ahead and plug this in. If you have not, go ahead and join the Discord yet. Go ahead and do so. Link in the description and comment section. I always say this: if you want to actually be part of a community and not just a number, then I would highly recommend. We are very interactive, go over a lot of stuff, questions, etc, etc. So go ahead and join. And of course, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so please take all of this for your own advice and do your own research. I highly insist, as stuff does change all of the time. So let's talk about Paldea Evolved, because we just gotten some recent news in, guys. I don't know if y'all been paying attention or whatnot, but there has just been, a lot of things on this Paldea Evolved reprint. I did a video earlier this morning talking about it, yesterday, etc, etc. There's been a lot of speculation, and I do not know how much accurate this is, but there's been a reasonable speculation right now that it has just been confirmed to be 3-pack blisters and booster packs. No ETBs, no booster boxes just yet. I don't know if that's what's confirmed. However, that's what's currently rumoring around right now. So if you guys are currently interested on what's going on with that, that's all I know, and that's all I can inform you with. Please note, guys, and write this down. Whatever you do, I do not know 1000%. We don't know what we're going to expect. As a lot of you know, GameStop just released White Flare today. So if we take a quick look at the prices, we'll take a quick analytics look at those. But in all honesty, nothing too crazy. This today, at least speaking right now. Of course, we know Paldea, White Flare dropped, but nothing insanely happened. If you currently take a quick look right now at Black Bolt White Flare, we are seeing that the ETBs are still holding on, guys, to the $90 mark. We are seeing them slowly drop off. We have the binder collection hitting pretty close to near MSRP. To be completely honest, guys, market price for binder collections are around $35. So looks like you're paying just nearly above 15 bucks right now to get a binder collection. I bet if you're good at negotiating, you could probably get it for 45 or 40. I know they're not too crazy expensive. However, the ETBs are always just going to be crazy expensive with that. If you currently take a quick look, looks like Black Bolt is having that slight edge right now in terms of pricing, which was more so expected in the beginning. They were balanced out. Black Bolt's winning right now, but nothing too crazy. If we currently take a quick look at Paldea Evolved, just doing a quick analysis about the reprint FOMO that's going on right now, seeing if prices are tanking, see if people are selling right now. It looks like the market for Paldea is holding on pretty strong, to be completely honest, guys. If you do have Paldea Evolved, I would highly recommend, in my opinion, just to hold it. There's really no point in FOMO selling right now. There has been a slight dip. We do have a low listing right now, 330. That's kind of interesting. That's probably the lowest we've seen in a hot minute. But yeah, it looks like a 330 to 350 right now. Prices are pretty low, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Market price tends to be 360. We are seeing some under $20 right now. So that could indicate a FOMO sell, to be completely honest. These people, these card shops, guys, you have to remember, a lot of these places do have that edge on knowing what the distributors will send them. So they might be lowering their prices, try to get their hands off them and selling them ASAP. It's very good, guys, to go ahead and be skeptical of the things you listen to and stuff like that, and think behind the box, right? Okay, let's take a quick look. For example, this thing, we don't know, these are not great, and only 6 sales. We can't fully trust that. If we go on the second page, guys, and I'm just saying this for an example, so please take it as that. If it does load, which I hope it does. If we go to one of these guys, 890 sales, he's selling for a 375, around 385, right? Of course, that's over market price, but if you pay attention to the sales and stuff, you can most likely go for a trusted source. I'm not saying that 330, guys, one is a good idea, but of course, that's just an option right now in the market. ETB, same thing as well right now, guys. Look to be still going for $100, which is honestly mind-boggling to me. I can't believe that these ETBs are so expensive, but I guess what it is. So yeah, Paldea looks to be holding on right now, nothing too insane. And now if we take a quick look, guys, at the main topic of today's video, I do want to talk about a lot of promo cards, most importantly, singles. I do think that August is going to be a massive month for single cards, and a lot of people are going to probably be picking them up for a very good price. Now, there are so many singles, guys, in Scarlet and Violet. There are so many great ones, to be completely honest. Now, I managed to do just a little digging. I went in the sand lot, and I just went ahead and, just picked up a few. I know, guys, there are hundreds, even thousands of more cards to go and ahead and talk about, but because of video length and for your time and safety, why I say safety, I don't know, like I'm gonna kill you or anything. No, I should not say that. Okay, you get what I'm saying. We're fine. There's so many out there. These are just some out of the batch. I think the Greninja right now, guys, is having a little bit of a slight turn. We saw literally a pretty all-time high around $50 for this card, and we're seeing it all the way come back down to around 40. I do think that this is a very, very solid promo. It's a Greninja, beautiful artwork. I almost got the box of this, bro. Like, I almost got the box of this at MSRP at Target, but guess what? I passed on it because I saw it, like, literally, dude, 8 months ago, and I really wasn't too big into Pokemon investing again until I saw everything going on, and I was like, let me create a YouTube channel, and that's how I started it. So unfortunately, I missed out on that. I'm probably still going to try to go for the box, to be completely honest. I'm probably going to pass on picking up the single right now, but not too bad, guys. I mean, $40 has seen a slight decrease. You know, we're still up 20%, but you know, I mean, dude, this thing was $5 at one point, which is honestly mind-boggling to me. Crazy. Next up, guys, we have the Gardevoir, and I think Scarlet and Violet base. If you guys are not paying attention, a lot of the base sets, not base sets, a lot of the older Scarlet and Violet sets will be rotating out of format next month, around 8 months from now. So you should be expecting to see a lot of these cards, guys, for example, hitting, you know, pretty all-time lows right now. And I think that they will pick back up when the rotation hits and when Pokemon stops printing Scarlet and Violet. I think the base set has some very strong cards, in all honesty. I mean, I think the Scarlet and Violet base set is probably one of the best base sets we've had in a hot minute. And I think if we look at the 1 year graph, guys, of course it has seen a major pump just due to the crazy stuff that's going on. But the fact that this card was once really playable in TCG and sort of fell off, I honestly don't know. I could be totally wrong. Let me know, guys. Is this still popular in TCG? I don't think so. I think we're so far into it right now, but I could be wrong. I honestly can't guarantee myself on that. However, just looking at the numbers right now, down 20%, down 21%, guys, in the past 6 months. This might be a solid pickup, and this is literally the chase card of the base set. For $40, it's not a bad pickup at all, dude, in my opinion right there. Next up, we have the Eevee from the Super Premium Collection, and same thing right here, guys. We're sort of seeing it pick back up 43% this past month, which is crazy. But if we really take a look at, the graph and just take a look at this, guys, it still has a lot of potential, in my opinion. The fact that this is theoretically, guys, an alternative art card, or SIR, whatever you guys want to call it, really does demonstrate that this card could have very strong potential long term. And it's not a risky investment, bro. It's Eevee EX, dude. I mean, what caused, guys, the Pokemon hype that we're in today? Prismatic Evolution. So this is literally a quote-unquote Walmart card from the original Eevee in the Prismatic set. So not a bad pickup as well, dude. Like, a lot of these promos, guys, and a lot of these chase cards from these older sets that are forgotten have some very strong potential. This is a Gardevoir, pretty strong Pokemon. We literally have Mega Gardevoir, guys, coming out in freaking Mega Evolution, bro. It's crazy. We have Greninja, very strong Pokemon, so same thing right here. Next up, we have the Mewtwo, same thing, going off the premise, guys, of this being from the UPC, from 151. I do think that this is a very strong card right here, and I could easily see it hit really all-time highs with this. And, same thing regarding this product. If we take a look at the 1 year graph, we can honestly see its massive surge. And of course, guys, I always say this, and I'll always stick to saying this. The people who bought this at $2 are the real winners. However, we're never going to see this card hit $2 again. That's a guarantee. So guess what? We're just going to have to bite the bullet and buy in at it now. For $25, not a bad pickup in my opinion as well. Very solid card. And same thing, guys, we don't really see these anymore, so they're going to continue to go up. And Destined Rivals is one of the newer sets right now, so Team Rocket's Mewtwo right here, I could see some good synergy. Now, I do want to bring up this controversial thing right now that's going on in the market, which is Pokemon Center ETBs. It's hands down, in my opinion, actually, one of the most hot topics, at least in my community, where a lot of people in my Discord and in the comment section within the past few days have been saying, Pokestocks. I believe Pokemon Center products in general, Pokemon Center ETBs, Pokemon Center promos, are going to see so much better growth long term than booster boxes, as people are looking for more so, good pickups right now, something along that point. And, Pokemon Center, guys, let me just make it pretty clear. Pokemon Center products are very niche, and they are very exclusive. I totally understand that. However, here's one downside of Pokemon Center ETBs is they're so much more expensive than the regular ETBs. It makes the point that instead of just buying the promo, just buy the Pokemon Center ETB itself, dude. Like, you could literally go ahead and pick up, I mean, if we look this up, guys, I don't know. Let me just move this tab over here. If we just type in, Prismatic Evolutions, right, and just see the difference in terms of the trainer boxes, we have the Pokemon Center ETB at $250 right now. Like, you are literally getting almost 20% of your profits back as soon as you buy it, just from this Eevee right now. And like, if you think about it that way, and you get that Pokemon Center box exclusive, etc., it's just like, why would you pour so much into a promo card that's so exclusive? Just buy the box, bro. It's as simple as that. I really do like, guys, the original promos. I think they're very cheap, and in my opinion, way more affordable than buying the Pokemon Center ones. And I get it. You can go ahead and disagree with me in what I was saying. Listen, I'm not saying Pokemon Center promos are bad. If you have them, keep them. I think they're a great investment. However, in just how I think and how I look, I always try to get on the roller coaster before it, goes through all the loops and rides. And I do think that the Eevee, the original Eevee from the Prismatic ETB is a very strong card. I mean, in all honesty, bro, $8, you could go ahead and get yourself, theoretically, if we were speaking this correctly, right? Sorry, I'm drinking water, guys. I just came home from the gym, so please just have patience with me. I know some of you guys hate when I drink water, bro. It's so funny. Anyway, so if we do our quick maths, if we summarize this, say this was a $10 card, right? And say, for example, okay, this was a $50 card, easy. You can go ahead and get yourself 5 copies of the original Eevee and only, 1 copy of this. Now, I always argue that, guys, this debate between quantity versus quality and quality versus quantity. And sometimes it's great to go both ways. However, for something like this, I guess you can go quality versus quantity. But in terms of speaking, guys, if we really respectfully think about this, how high could these cards go? That's totally up for you to decide. But say, for example, this Eevee goes from a $10 card all the way up to a $20 card, right? And this card goes from a 50 to 100. Theoretically speaking, what's going to hit its 2x first? The original for $10 or this one for 50? And how I mean this, guys, is what's easier, for a card to go from 10 to 20 or a card to go from 50 to 100? Obviously, a card to go from 10 to 20. So if you're in the short-term plays, if you're in the long-term plays, there are many ways to go with that. But I hope that makes sense of what I just said. Sometimes it's better to go, guys, for the quantity versus quality plays. So I think that's a very solid point on what I said right there. Going up, guys, I also want to bring up the Charizard V, a very good purchase right now in the market, where we're seeing such an old set really being forgotten about, I like to say. And it's still a very affordable promo. $7, guys, for a Charizard from such a old set, Champion's Path. I mean, come on, bro. It's not a bad pickup at all. Gold Mew, shit. If you guys know what I'm talking about, go ahead and type in the comment section, guys. Gold Mew, SHII. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say it anymore. But yeah, just go ahead and comment that. So yeah, I'm bringing this card up again, and I'm sorry, chat. I am sorry. I have to bring this up one more time. But the reason I'm not gonna talk about it for that much longer. Guys, we're seeing this card really pump, and I'm very glad because it demonstrates the fact that when people see an opportunity, they go ahead and go all in on it. And I think that the Mew from Celebrations is a great example of this. When we're seeing this card, go from a $30 card all the way up to $35. That's a 15% increase. It's a sign of something. And the main reason, guys, why I preach this card so much, as a lot of you know, is because Celebrations is on the rise to the moon right now. And a lot of people are unfortunately missing out on that set. But instead of always pouring money, guys, into what's always on the all-time high, it's always great to look for stuff on the all-time low. And I think the main chase card, guys, this is the main chase card. This is truly the base set chase card, not the classic collection. I know the Charizard is there too, but this is the base set Celebrations chase card for $35, in my opinion, is an absolute steal. And if we look at the 1 year graph, guys, only up 60%, and it's been through all of the hype. It's been through Prismatic. Like, this thing has not seen as much growth as other cards, right? The Mewtwo, for example, went up 1,000%. This card's only up 60, so it still has a lot of potential right now, in my opinion. And theoretically speaking, guys, it's literally neutral right now for the past 6 months. So I can easily see this card hitting all-time highs in the near future. I want to bring up Trainer Gallery again. I think this is a very solid point in terms of the market right now, where we're seeing a lot of these cards, guys, still under $100, which honestly surprises the frick out of me, because these are very strong cards, guys. We have an Umbreon, Rayquaza, Starmie, Pikachu, Sylveon, Garchomp, Gengar. And the fact that these cards are still, under 100 really puts me in perspective. Like, man, maybe I should be pouring a lot of money into this stuff. And for those of you guys who do not know, I'm going to a card show tomorrow, so I'll be investing heavily into Trainer Galleries. Unfortunately speaking, I don't have the biggest budget in the world just due to my finances right now. In fact, I might be looking to sell some product just to actually, make sure I'm living. Guys, listen, at the end of the day, this is a hobby. Make sure that you're not sacrificing your rent, your food, whatever you're doing, bro, in order to make a living off Pokemon or to enjoy it to its fullest. Please keep in mind that this is something for fun, and this is something for fun that I do. So going on with what I was saying, I don't have the biggest budget, but I'll be looking to possibly pick up, a Rayquaza, an Umbreon, maybe a Gengar or a Snorlax or a Pikachu. If I can get my hands on some really good deals, I'll definitely be picking them up, because I could see this, I could see Trainer Galleries, guys, in my pure honesty right now, being hands down one of the underrated picks for August. Like, I could see August, being a very card month. What I mean by that, not sealed product, but more sword singles, which is why I'm talking about singles so much more on my channel now. I can easily see these cards, guys, hitting all-time highs in the month of August. I mean, that's just something so expected. And why do I believe that? It's just due to the fact, guys, that, you know, Sword and Shield is really, like, in all honesty, guys, Sword and Shield is really gone. I mean, you know, Scarlet Violet is actually over now, which is crazy in my opinion. So just imagine what's going to happen to Sword and Shield. It's going to be, honestly, insane if you think about stuff like that as well. And I do want to bring up Pokemon Go because I've gotten a lot of comments in my past videos, and surprisingly enough, I was expecting a lot of hate talking about Pokemon Go, but I've actually gotten the complete opposite. A lot of you guys are supporting the fact that this set will be a hands-down underrated set and could see a massive buyout pretty soon. If I currently look up on my phone when Pokemon Go came out, let's go ahead and do that. Pokemon Go release, release date. 2016. We're getting close to 2026. We're having nearly a 10-year anniversary, guys, of Pokemon Go. And, you know, the reason why Celebrations, in my opinion, was so pumped right now, and the reason why it hit all-time highs is because the 30th anniversary, guys, is going to be here pretty soon. So just imagine what will happen to this set when we get pretty close. I always say this, I always like to be on the roller coaster before it goes through all the rides. And I think right now, Pokemon Go is a great example of this. And if I can look back on this video, you know, a month from now, 2 months from now, and be like, yes, guys, I told y'all, you know, you should have gotten on this set. I'm not saying to completely drop everything and chase this right now. However, I'm saying you should look into it. I'm saying you should be considerable. Stop having this such ego, guys. As an investor, it's very important to be humble, and I'm very humble, and I'm learning to be more humble as day goes on. You know, I'm not against really any investment in the Pokemon hobby because I know long term it's gonna be very, very good growth, right? That's just sort of how the market works. That's how it's been working for the past few years. If that does change, oh well. But, you know, put your ego aside and like say, hey, okay, I see where you're coming from, Pokestocks. You know, this set is 10 years, almost about hit 10 years old. It was hands down one of the most popular video games in the entire world. And it's hands down a very, very cheap set. A Pokemon Center ETP for $120, guys, from Sword and Shield. Name the last time you ever heard that. We don't even see Brilliant Stars, the set I claim about so much, even at that low of a price right now. And it is a special set. So in my opinion speaking, there are a lot of boxes that get checked off right here, right? And let's also not forget the fact, guys, that this is a very, quote-unquote, quality set. We have a Mewtwo, we have a Dragonite. These are strong Pokemon. This isn't no Diglett, dude. Like, this actually has very strong potential. And I'm just waiting for this one day when the set takes off. I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't think it will happen anytime soon. I think it's gonna be another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months before we see the set take off. But I feel it, man. I really, really do. Deep in my heart, guys, I really do feel that the set will be the next set that pumps. Celebrations pumped. You know, what else did we have pumped this year? I mean, literally every single set pumped. But, you know, I'm saying more recently. We saw promos pump really, really hard from Celebrations and from, you know, the Crown Zenith promo. That had all-time highs this month. So, guys, this month has been really, really crazy. I think a lot of people are currently looking to buy out, guys, what's left at a very cheap price. And I do think that Pokemon Go is right at the doorstep right now in terms of that. So that's what I sort of think with regarding that fact. And I do want to bring up, guys, another valuable point right now. Let me go to the tab. Do I have it? I guess we'll just talk about this, which is Blooming Waters. Here's my thought on 151 right now. 151 is getting very, very expensive. If we just look it up right now, guys, 151. 151 is hands down getting, you know, to be a very, very, very expensive investment right now, where we're seeing the Pokemon Center ETB on the road to $800, which is mind-boggling to me. Ugh, I just said that wrong. And, you know, booster bonus, guys, are on the market price of $76 right now. And, you know, it's really starting to pick up. And I was watching some other PokeTubers today, and I heard them saying, you know, people are doing massive buyouts of this set. You know, 151 might be one of the strongest investments of 2025, and you know, you can't disagree with that, right? As an investor, as I was saying, guys, very important to be humble. Even though I might not like 151 as other people, numbers do not lie. If I see that everything is up 1,000%, guess what? It obviously is a good investment. And I do think that 151 is a great example of this. You know, the Pokemon Center ETBs, guys, is honestly just so crazy. I've never ever seen a bullish graph more looking than this. I mean, the lowest listing, guys, is around almost 700 and oh my god, I can't, dude. I don't even have that much money, guys, right now, to be completely dead ass with you. I don't know why I just said that on YouTube, but I don't even have that much. So if you guys have that much and you want to go ahead and pour it into 151, this might be the way to go. That's totally up to you. But we're up 30% in 1 month, you know? I mean, how, like, look at that graph, bro. It's a skyrocket right now. But hear me out. I really, really do believe in this, guys. I do think Blooming Waters is hands down the best 151 product to invest in right now as we speak. And the reason I argue this, and the reason I will continue to argue this, is just the fact, guys, if we look at the 1-year graph, it's been through a shithole. I mean, I don't even know what that graph represents. I'm not even going to talk about it. We saw massive spikes, some massive downfalls, etc., etc. However, I bet you in 1 year, when all of this just cancels out and we have a normal graph line, a Blooming Waters product will probably be around $250. And I think that's a very, very solid, prediction price, and it's nothing crazy or nothing too low. The reason I believe this, guys, is because Blooming Waters is literally providing you 151. It's 12 packs, which is insane to me. And I know a lot of people are buying booster bundles right now. A lot of people are buying, ETBs. But guys, let me hit you with something. I understand that an ETB is an ETB, but if we put the ETB to the side and we just open it, you get yourself 9 packs for $300. You can go ahead and get yourself 2 Blooming Waters and a booster bundle if you can negotiate correctly. That, my friends, is nearly 30 packs for the price of 1 ETB. 30 packs versus 9 packs if you negotiate correctly, right? That's a very, very good investment. That's a very solid deal. And, as I was saying, I get it. It's an elite trainer box. ETBs usually do have that aura to them. So I'm not disagreeing with you with that fact. But if you really think about it that way, I do think that 151 will be one of those few sets that, people will want to open. It's not going to be like a base set where people just keep it sealed. 151 is a modern set, and people like opening it because they want to feel that nostalgia. It's not too crazy expensive. Of course it is. But, it's not that bad. And I think people won't mind spending $250 on this product just to go ahead and rip it open because they want to feel that way and they want to, open these packs. It's just a very, very crazy market right now, guys, for 151. It's definitely been a very, very good month for this set, to be completely honest. I feel like every Pokemon set right now as we speak is just going through all-time highs right now. It's very, very, very bullish, and, I want to make it here. I want to make it pretty clear. Hear me out, guys. As an investor, even though I make all these buying videos and everything like that, I think it's a very, very good mindset to go ahead and sell as well. If you really think about it and, in all honesty, really think this through, at the end of the day, guys, the only reason why we're seeing so many pumps now and everything, and, the reason why so many people are so afraid to just sell is just due to the fact that it looks like if you sell, you're just going to lose money. And I have that mindset as well, but it's very unhealthy because you're truly never going to claim profits, guys. I have so much Pokemon shit right now in my containers, and I've quote unquote made $0 from this because I've only bought and I've never sold ever. I've never sold any product. And listen, I have Evolving Skies. I bought everything when it was dirt cheap. And what if I ended up selling back then, would I be regretting it now? I wouldn't, guys. Don't ever regret anything you do, because guess what? It was for a reason, right? You learn. Of course, I would have regretted, that. Well, not I would have regretted, but, that price, right? I would have lost out on a lot of money. But guess what? That's just part of the hobby. That's part of investing. You always have to learn how to sell. And I want to make it pretty clear, guys, it's very important. Please remember that not always buying is a smart move, because even though this market looks to be bullish, and even though it looks like we're always going to be at all-time highs and stuff like that, it's very important. The real investor, guys, always knows that there will eventually be a bear market, right? Pokemon will not be bullish forever. I don't know how much longer we'll be on this bullish market right now, how much longer we'll be pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. But at the end of the day, one day this will end. So please remember that, and please keep that. I'll be completely honest with you guys. It's really hard for me to, argue with that statement, because, I've seen how much Evolving Skies has grown, and for me to say that it will end one day sounds sort of crazy. But it might not end, guys, in terms of prices rising, but it might end in the hype, and it might be harder to sell, a few years from now than what it is today. So please remember that. I'm not saying to go ahead and sell your collection. I'm not saying to stop buying. I'm not saying to do the opposite of whatever you're doing right now. Just note, guys, it's very important to always have that in the back of your mind. And if you really want to pull profits, then go ahead and do so. It's a very, very welcoming feeling when you go ahead and buy something. Say, for example, you bought an ETB for $50 and you go ahead and sell it for $200. Sure, you might lose money as it might gain more value, but at least you got in that simple interaction, guys, of selling a product and profiting and learning how that works, and then applying that $200 to newer products to make it grow more, right? It's sort of like you're buying seeds, dude. You go ahead and sell one seed and you buy 4 seeds with that. You plant those seeds, you make them grow into trees. Those trees leave so many more seeds, and you keep growing, and then greed comes in, etc. Guys, don't be greedy, please. But yeah, that's what sort of I wanted to talk about, because I feel like I've never preached that, and it's very important that I do so. And lastly, before we end off this video, I do want to say one more thing. As a Pokemon, investor, etc., etc. There's a lot, guys, going on right now with scalpers and stuff, and I do want to say this because I do think it's very important. And as an investor, I might be talking to a lot of scalpers, or I might be talking to a lot of people. At the end of the day, it's very important to be respectful in the market. I recently went to a Black Bolt White Flare release day, and at Target, and there was a lot of product being released, and there was a few guys who, and I'm not gossiping, I'm just saying a fact. I'm not gonna say anything what they look like, because I don't even show my face on this channel. I can't even be describing, because you guys don't even know who they are. But there was just a few guys who went ahead and literally bought every single product, bro. It was really, really scummy and just looked really, really bad. They didn't buy everything, but they went ahead, and guys, keep in mind, Target has a limit of 5 products. They went ahead and put like 20 binder collections in their cart, and it was like, bro, are we dead serious, dude? And listen, I'm not trying to sound like this perfect guy. In the back of my mind, I was thinking about calling my family and telling them to come on over to buy some more Pokemon. But then I remembered, guys, what I stand for, and I feel like that'd be very hypocritical. So I did not do that. And out of respect, I hope you guys, you can respect that for me, because I'm always here to be real and to be honest and to be, more so a real investor, not some guy who just cares about the money all the time. Because at the end of the day, bro, there are people who are coming in, guys. There are kids. There are, other investors who just want to pick the stuff up for MSRP. So all I'm saying is just please obey the limit. If you go to Walmart, which I know Walmart doesn't have a limit, please be cautious and just don't buy everything. I know not everyone's a scalper, but it's just very important, guys. I know that there are some who watch my videos, and I don't hate you, neither should any of us hate each other, as this is a hobby. But it's just more so important just to have that in your respect. And I do want to make that pretty clear, guys. Please and thank you. That's be it for today's video. I hope all of you did enjoy and learn something, of course. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, my friends. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.